Hi, my name is Carly Andrews, and this is me. And I know what you're all thinking. That looks exactly like her. I know, right? Well, before we get started into all the nitty-gritty, I want to tell you all a really quick story. So, not too long ago, there was a little freshman at Stevenson University, and her name was Carly. Yes, it's me. And this little freshman received an email about possibly becoming an RA, and it started the gears turning in her head, and she started to imagine what it might be like to be an RA. You know, basically the superhero of college, or at least that's how I like to see it. So, with all these new thoughts and hopes, little freshman Carly decided to go through the application process, and there were some ups and there were some downs, but one day she received a letter that told her she was going to be an RA. And she was so excited. And yeah, there were some tears, but they were all happy tears, I promise. So she was ready and super excited to begin her journey as an RA. Coming back to campus now as a sophomore and with her new title as an RA, something really awesome happened to Carly. She was paired with one of the coolest RAs ever, and his name was Malik. But you see, Malik wasn't just any ordinary RA. Malik was an SRA, so basically the superhero of RAs. Throughout the year, Carly learned so much from Malik, and he really helped to shape the way that she acts and behaves as an RA. But Carly was also able to see the amazing things that Malik did for everyone else. He was great at creating a cohesive staff and making us all feel heard and welcome in our environment. And because of this, Carly started thinking that maybe she'd want to do this someday too. Maybe she could be an SRA to do the amazing things that Malik did for her for other people. And because of this experience, Malik is one of the biggest reasons that I'd love to be an SRA. Now, coming out of the past and into the present, there's another huge reason why I'd love to be an SRA, and that's the amazing people that I get the pleasure of working with every day. The group of individuals that make up Residence Life are amazing and wonderful. And don't worry, you're all in there too. And this awesome group of people has done so much for me over the past year and a half. I have learned so much and gained so much support from all of them that becoming an SRA would be just one way that I could pay them back. The position as an SRA would give me the chance to be someone they could look to and be someone they could lean on when they need it. And I would be able to be even more active in the Residence Life department that I really have come to love. When I'm working with such an amazing group of people, developing a team is just a perk of the job. And I find that it's the little things that really go a long way when you're trying to build relationships within a group. For me, things like spending some time together in the lounge during training to debrief and ask questions, and working together on door decks and just hanging out in the same space tends to be a great way to start building that relationship. And then moving into things like monthly staff dinners, even if they're just at Rockland, and little check-ins, whether it be a quick Dunkin' run before a staff meeting or just a vent session in my room to see how life's going. It really seems to be the little things that go a long way in building relationships. Now, a cohesive team doesn't do me any good if I don't have anywhere to build it. So it's time to talk about placement. But before I really get started, I'd like to say that I'm open to any area. I am more than willing and will accept the challenge to learn how to function and thrive in any of the areas we can offer, whether it be the freshmen, upper class suites, or the apartments. Now, knowing that I'm open to any area, there is definitely one that I would prefer, and it's based on my experience. I've spent the past year and a half in the upper class suites, and specifically in Wakefield, and it really has become home. I love the connection I get to make with my residents in this area based on our age and the stage of life that we're in. And I really like the atmosphere of a newfound independence. The RAs in the upper class suites are able to not only teach this independence, but help residents develop the independence they already have. And for these reasons, I really would love to be placed in the upper class suites. With that in mind, I would once again like to say that I'm more than willing to learn, and I would love to take on the challenge of a new area should you present it to me. Now, I know that you'll be talking to a handful of great candidates, and I'd really like to let you know what makes me stand out from the rest. One such aspect is my experience with Relay for Life. This year, I'm serving as the Relay for Life event lead. In this position, I oversee an e-board of 6 people and a committee of 20. This position has not only taught me how to lead and supervise a large group of people, but it has also taught me extensive event planning skills. There's nothing quite as challenging as planning a full 12-hour event for over 400 participants. Along with my experience from Relay for Life, I have also learned some valuable skills from my medical laboratory science program. In the laboratory, we're taught to think on our feet and problem solve regularly. Some of the skills I have learned through this program include extensive fire safety training, as well as the ability to properly use a fire extinguisher. Along with my fire safety training, I have also received general first aid training to help handle minor injuries and assess situations. My experience in Relay for Life and my MLS program have taught me valuable skills that I could apply to the SRA position. My experience in the lab has taught me how to problem solve and how to think quickly and think on my feet. My experience in Relay for Life has taught me valuable conflict resolution skills within large groups and also how to have difficult conversations about commitment and dedication to the group. Overall, my Relay for Life experience lends itself to supervising a group of individuals and also event planning, 2 key aspects of the SRA role, and my experience with my MLS program lends itself to crisis response or incident response. This experience would give me an edge should I get the position as an SRA. Looking back, I know that little freshman Carly, had she known it existed, would have loved the opportunity to be an SRA. And that has not changed. I want to thank you for the opportunity you've given me and for your time and consideration as well. I really do love Res Life and the time that I've spent here, and I would love the opportunity to serve as an SRA.